So, hey, check this out. Here we are. We just got done with Fabio's red dot. Is this like red dot dominance or is this, what is
This is just red dot pistol 2-day.
Red dot pistol 2-day.
Yep. Man, I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Bro, like I feel like I seriously leveled up and I learned things that I need to like take with me, and I saw
Little boost.
And it was like getting punched in the face, realizing how much I like to look at my dot, bro. Like,
Seriously,
like
though.
I'm living in that.
Most people do, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you were gonna give someone a quick, not overview, but like what they're getting when they come here to kick it.
Yeah, so like if you train all the time, you get into this space where it's like, well, why do you have to have a dot class? It's just a pistol class. It's just one more, we're just gonna get better at shooting pistol. Yeah. Yes, but there's some considerations that are specific to the dot that I don't think enough people discuss, and I stuffed them all in here. We talked about occlusion and how to use it and when to use it and how that can help you in training and when it's time to get rid of it and all that stuff. We're gonna talk a lot about transitions and how to do that, confirmation levels and what they look like, and we even use some lasers to kind of simulate what I'm seeing behind the gun. Because honestly, behind the gun, you're the only person that can tell what you're seeing. So you can't see what I see. You can't see what I'm describing. So I have that laser to kind of simulate a little bit of that. So I try to put topics in here that are kind of pertinent to the dot and how to use that. And of course, we have all the traditional pistol shooting things. Grip, eyes, and trigger. Like we talked about that all day. We hammered it in and all that.
And I think it's a super important class because everybody, like, dots are the future. They are the future, whether you like it or not.
It's the current too. Like,
it's not even the future, it's now.
I mean, funny enough, I think 4 or 5 years ago, I would see 30% of the students come with dots. Yeah. This is like 90+%. Like all of my classes show up with, it's rare that I'll have 1 or 2 people with irons.
Yeah.
It's now. Yeah.
100%. And so, if you're getting a dot, the dot world, and I've been shooting a dot for like, 2 or 3 years now. Mm-hmm. And the reality is it's like, there's like these levels, man. And so you got your dot. First thing you got to do is get your presentation down and all that stuff. You're chasing the busy little bee. This might be you, right? This is the best class that I've been to that's really helped understand how to manage that and then get to the next levels. But the thing is, there are levels. So like, even if, like me, I'm running around doing some competitive shooting, I think I'm like a B-class shooter, whatever. Like, I think I can shoot all right, you know what I'm saying? But then you get to a class like this and you start realizing, like, oh, there's levels, So like, you gotta come to this class, or a class, like, you gotta come to a class to learn that, to really open up the world of the dot. Because there's like the tactical side of the house. Well, that's tactics, right? And then there's like all of the tactics that you're learning as you go on your shooting journey, and you're far ahead of a lot of the people, almost everyone watching this. Yeah. And you're really good at getting that information down.
I appreciate it. Well, I mean, a lot of it comes from personal struggle and training. I train a lot because it's important to me.
Real quick, what he said during the class, which was awesome, is you're shooting, and you know the little wheel that everyone uses, the little like scrolly wheel, and they're like, this means this, this means this. He's like, I'm not telling you what you're doing because I got the scrolly wheel in my back pocket and I just remember and I'm looking to see, oh, you're right here.
It's trash.
So he's like, I did all these things.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you actually train on the regular, you experience some of the failures, and if you're paying attention in your training journey, you're learning how you are overcoming some of those problems and how you improve some things, how you perfect some things. I always talk about like stuff that you're unfamiliar with, then you make normal over a period of time because you work on it, and then that normal thing that most people can't even do anymore, you're like, how do I make some of these things that are normal to me like mastery level, where like that's what makes people sad, because they're like, oh my gosh, yeah, exactly.
My new baseline is superior to your best day.
Yeah, my normal is already better than most, but I want my normal to be like even higher, so I try to master some of those concepts. So in my shooting journey, in my training, then I go, how do I transfer that information? How do I tell people what I know how to do and how I know how to do it so that they can do it? I was like, I don't care. Second shot, third shot, and then when you heard me say I might have pushed it on a little bit. Again, if you can tell that you did something like with your hands, that shot doesn't count. Like, that is beautifully zeroed gun. This is me, pressed the first shot a little bit like I didn't like it. This one was absolutely me pushing into the gun as I was pressing the trigger. You see how like I add pressure like a monkey around the grip and the muzzle goes, "Rrr, rrr." And then what happens usually when you start seeing that in your shooting sequence, you're like, oh, that's not good. I know what to do. My support hand should be participating in the game, right? So then the support hand goes, I got you, no problem. Right? And now you have this like battle all the time, and the muzzle orientation is changing. Then what happens? Introduce the Glock with a terrible angle. No, I'm just kidding. Just about any gun has some kind of angle that you need to master, right? It doesn't matter. Like, it could be the Glock angle, it could be a 2011. It doesn't matter. Like, whatever angle the gun has a specific orientation for your grip to be behind the gun, for the way your wrist is tilted up and down, whatever. If you don't have that sorted out because you don't dry fire, you don't present your gun, you don't practice, that's why you can't have your sights every time where they need to be. Because you'll present the gun, watch the muzzle orientation. You think that's gonna be good?
Nope.
I know my angle is wrong. I don't even need to look to know that that's super proud. And so one of the things, for example, that's like particular is people will come to class and be like, I can't find the dot. Remember that was, again, even this morning is like
problem number one.
Half the people are like, I can't.
Busy little bee.
Yeah, and the truth is, like, problem number one is that you're looking for the dot.
Yeah.
And so we talked about it, we squashed that immediately. If you're like, go searching, you go searching for the dot, like you start craning your head forward, looking for the dot. And I was like, that's problem number one. You ought to be target focused, looking to a small spot. Like, I'm gonna turn blue in the face saying the same things all the time. But if you just stop moving all your body parts as you draw the gun and just allow the gun to lift to where your eye line is, you'll be pretty good at it. The most common problem that people have is that they move their head, and so they're like moving the axes, and like, and so they're trying to intercept where the dot is. Yeah, and the other problem is that your grip sucks. The reason you can't find your dot is because your grip is so inconsistent that you're changing the orientation of your muzzle as you present the gun, and it's different every time because your grip is different every time. So it starts with the draw, the presentation, and the grip. If you get that sorted out, then you don't have to look for anything. Yeah. You just look at where you want to shoot, and miraculously, the gun shows up, and the dot is where you need to be. Your sights are where you need to be. Yep. You just go to town. But yeah, it's people try to apply band-aids, like, hey, present this way so that you always find it. Or people put your iron sights into place so that the dot is. The problem is your grip sucks. Fix your grip, get the draw to be in a place that's super consistent, and you don't have to look for anything. Your sights will be exactly where you need them, but you got to fix the root of the problem, which is your grip, your draw, your presentation, and your grip. That's the root of the problem, and you fix it with band-aids of like, present your irons, then the dot will be there, or drop this, or pinky pressure that. There's some things that you don't need to do if your grip is right from the get-go. Like we did this morning. Right, fix your grip and then just lift the gun to the spot, and everybody's like, oh, it's there every time.
Now let's run.
Yeah, so let's make that grip super consistent to you, and then you're not going to be looking for anything.
Boom, you guys are getting to taste the magic here. And then one other thing that I gotta mention, which is this is what me and my wife did, right? So obviously me, avid shooter, lifelong shooter, my martial art is gunfighting, like, let's go. Yeah. But, you know, you want to integrate your family, right? So your wife's at home with your kids right now. Like, this is what we're doing, right? We're out here working. How do you get certain members of your family through? What is it, 6 months?
It's the complete handgun program. It's a 6-month comprehensive program that gets you from zero to hero, I guess.
Right. So I went through it with my wife. It was amazing. I hesitate to tell you this. She almost beat me on one of the last. I almost had to get it forced. Anyway, but
she got savage.
I say that to say she came from really not doing much shooting other than recreational things with me.
Yeah, sure.
He got her in 6 months to a level where she could go out and shoot competitions and have
for sure.
fun
And do well.
Do well. You know, do better than a lot of you guys hide down in the world right now. So it's an amazing tool, because what you want to do when everyone is asking us, like, what gun do I get? Like, what gun do I get? No, what training do you get? And what level of commitment to that training can you really bring? Are you going to bring into your life? Yeah. And that 6-month course, I can't say enough about it, because you give them everything to succeed, and you take them to the range once a week. You give them everything to succeed at home. Take them to the range once a month.
Once a month,
and boom, and confirm and clean it up. And it takes you from here to here. Yeah. And it's the best kind of like program. Like if you're gonna lose weight, you hire a trainer.
It's all program I try to make it as comprehensive as possible, and it doesn't matter where you come from. I've had some really good shooters, seasoned shooters, good shooters that have been shooting for a long time, and brand new people. Yeah. And then by the end of the 6 months, everybody's pretty much on the same page, squared away with, like, this is how I use my grip, eyes, and trigger. This is how I move with the gun. This is how I shoot from awkward positions. Right. We do all things surrounding it. We do stop the bleed class. We do some home defense consideration, concealed carry considerations. We do competitive shooting month and all the malfunctions, like all the stuff that I was hoping to get when I was trying to get better, but I had to go like scavenger hunt and like, that's not quite right and whatever. And I just put it all into one program. Everybody can just come and get from whatever level you are to a level where you're much more competent with that pistol. And so we call it the complete handgun program for a purpose. I know you cannot buy it on the website. Like you literally have to know somebody that's been in the program, or you can email me or send me a message and I will send you a link that's specific, but you're gonna have to apply for it. I don't take just anybody off the street that wants to come, because I have to hang out with you for 6 months. So if you're not a good person that's like here to be a good protector of you and yours, and you're about the right things, I'm probably not gonna take you. But but for the most part, like the people that apply, they know what I'm about. They know like we're about the training, we're about the being good humans and all that stuff. And so if you apply to the program, right now I'm running it in California. The next one starts in January. It goes through June. The dates are picked, all that stuff. And then we might run one in Texas starting in July. There's a good interest in Texas. But yeah, right now it's only in those 2 states. And then all the one-off classes, like the 2-day classes, are all over the country.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, I love it. I love what you're doing. I love your approach to making people superior protectors. I love my own Defender. I mean, the brand is awesome. Real quick while we have everybody, and by the way, Fabio's I've been training with him for years. He's helped me get to where I am at. Where can people find this information, your brand, all the magic?
Yeah, myown.defender.com. And if you want to watch cool videos of me shooting and stuff like that, if you're into that, I want to vet this guy, see what he's about.
Dude,
man, there's like little snippets of me teaching on Instagram. There's a lot of me shooting on Instagram. At my own Defender is the handle. I have a little YouTube channel that's growing, so go check that out. But yeah, you can go on those social media platforms and at the website, and you can find all my calendar and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. Nah. Good friend, awesome shooter, awesome instructor. Those are multiple skill sets.
Appreciate that.
And it's been an honor, brother. Good stuff, man. Heck yeah. We still just warming up. We still just Boom! What's up?